happening there?
Tire flip.
Oh. So do you still training?
We have a member. We own this gym, Egil and me,
Yeah.
and we have a member mid-70s who are doing tire flips now.
Okay.
And he is a very, very noisy man.
Okay. Well, finally.
Finally.
Yeah. Yeah. I sometimes on the road for a podcast, and then I come back. I have 2 times I had no sound, so I have to do it again.
Mm,
And sometimes I have my sound too low or too high, and
yeah.
I always did some. I check it always, but you know, this is not my work, the technique thing. But
Yeah.
so this is the first time I had no sound. I think it's in the headphone.
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe.
I'm not sure because I've changed it. So go away next time. Okay, we do it all over again.
Let's do it all over again, even though my background is terrible compared to back home.
So Kikki Berli Johnsen, is it?
Yes, that's right.
Welcome.
Thank you. You actually said Berli correct.
Berli?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good.
fine.
Nobody does that.
Yeah. You're a busy woman.
I am.
You're doing a strong woman competition.
Yes.
You organize the Fefor Power Week.
Yep.
And so far as I know, you also are foster parents. Am I
Yes,
right?
that's right.
So let's start with the strong woman competition.
Yeah.
When and how did you start? And
Uh, I started to train, or let's take that from the beginning. Until I met Egil, who is my husband,
yeah,
I never trained a day in my life.
okay,
We moved in together in June 2003,
mm-hmm.
and he was training. He had just stopped smoking, so he had another substitute for smoking. He was training.
Yeah,
So if I wanted to see him, I had to start train myself.
okay,
And that was actually very smart because back then I had a severe back injury. I was on the edge of being paralyzed.
oh really?
Yeah. So I knew I needed to do something
Mm-hmm.
and that I most likely would have a surgery. So I started to train to strengthen my core because I knew that a strong core would be important.
Is that happened because of an accident?
Yeah, short story because this is not something my ex is listening to. It was a bad
You don't
relationship.
have to tell it if
No,
if
no, it was just a bad relationship.
okay,
So yeah, so kind of an accident.
yeah,
Um, so I started to train and I loved it. That was the first time because I'm not a big fan of sport at all.
mm-hmm.
I'm Norwegian, so I should love cross country skiing, everything like that.
Yeah,
I don't.
biathlon.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh,
I find it boring.
oh really?
Yeah. But after we trained back home for a few months, we started to train powerlifting.
mm-hmm.
We moved out from like the basement gym to a real gym. And while I was doing powerlifting, I had my back surgery. And the surgeon who did the job on my back, he told me you will never be able to train again.
Oh,
And I was like, ha, I'll show you.
Yeah.
And I did. Because now it's like I had my surgery in November 2004.
Mm-hmm.
So 20 years later, I'm pain free still.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm 7 times Norway's strongest woman, second strongest in the world.
So
Yeah.
those are titles you can be proud of,
Oh, yes, I am.
especially after what a doctor told you.
Yeah.
Did you let him know that?
Yeah. My GP, the doctor I use daily,
Yeah.
not daily, when I needed him, he asked if he could use me as an example
Mm-hmm.
for other back patients.
Yeah.
And I am an example they use.
Oh,
So I know the doctor who did the surgery on me also seen my story, but I never talked to him again.
because he won't talk to you, or you?
No, because I didn't. I never had a follow up with him.
Mm-hmm.
I had a follow up with my GP. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. And why in a strong woman world?
why strong woman? That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because I knew about strong men
Mm-hmm.
because of Sven Carlsen,
Yeah.
who was world's strongest man 2001.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that women were doing this
No.
until one day I was surfing the interweb and I found a video of Norwegian women doing strong woman. And I remember I was sitting in our office like, wow, women can do this.
Yeah.
So Egil came home from work and I just dragged him into the office and showed him the videos. I said, I want to do this. And the next day, or the day after, like a day or two after, he came home with a tractor tire, like one of the big back
Mm.
tires.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much my start. I totally fell in love with the sport, with the lifting weird stuff part.
Which year are we talking about?
And now we are talking about 2000 late 2004, early 2005.
Yeah.
Um,
Since when is the woman strong? Uh, woman strong. Since when is the strongest woman competition started?
I know there were World's Strongest Woman early 2000,
Yeah.
like 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
Um, because in my early days in the sport, when I needed motivation, I found videos of like Jill Mills and the other strong women who
Yeah.
competed early 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I believe there was a break from World's Strongest Woman, like that competition, pretty much until 2016.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was my first World's Strongest Woman. That was in 2016.
Where was that?
Hmm?
Where was that?
That was in Doncaster in England.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that
And
was,
there were also those British strong women.
yeah,
They were there then also.
yeah. Donna Moore were
Yeah.
there. That was
Yeah.
that was her first World's Strongest Woman title that
Okay.
year.
Yeah.
Um, Jenny Todd, who isn't competing anymore, was there.
Mm.
Olga Liachuk, who is still
Mm.
competing.
You have Roberts.
Oh, Rebecca, she came
Yeah.
in. She came in later. She came in, I would say, 18. 17 or
Okay, yeah,
18.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how many world championships you compete in?
Oh, that's a good question. I have to count. I did 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah,
20, we of course didn't do.
yeah.
So 21, 22, 23, 24. 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your best result is second place,
Yeah.
but always top 10. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
except last year
yeah.
because I got injured on the second event last year.
Yeah. You compete also in the Arnold,
Yeah.
and I didn't see your name. Uh,
Not this year. I didn't
no,
this year. No.
but you still continue with doing strong woman,
Oh, absolutely.
and the goal is, of course, become number one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Is there also different groups
Yeah.
numbered by age?
Yeah. Like in Highland Games, we have that.
Yeah.
We have not just age, we have it is pretty much the same as Highland Games. We
Hmm.
have lightweight classes,
Yeah.
which is under 64, under 73, and under 82. Then we have open, which is everything over 82 kilos.
Yeah.
And then we have lightweight Master 40, heavyweight Master 40, and plus 50.
Okay. So then you decided to do the Fever Power Week.
I kind of did.
Oh,
And that was quite interesting because my only experience with Highland Games
yeah.
was through the cartoon Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that story.
That was actually my only experience with Highland Games
Yes.
because in one of the cartoons, Dennis and his family went went to a Highland Games or a Scottish fair or something like that.
Yeah.
Dennis' father tossed the cabers.
Yeah.
And I remember I was reading this in bed and I was like, wow, this is so cool. I must
Yeah.
have been 7 or 8. So that's my only experience with Highland Games. Um,
But you
Francis,
never you never thought between all the strong woman competitions, let's try Highland Games.
no, I saw that Donna were doing,
Yeah.
um, but I was like, okay, that is in England or Scotland.
Yeah.
She's living close to Scotland, so.
Yeah.
Um, but then I already were hosting competitions at Fefor, the strongman competitions.
Yeah.
I was hosting World's Strongest Viking for SCL, and we had nationals and other competitions up there.
Yeah. Oh.
And one year, Anne-Grete, who owns Fefor, she asked me if I would like to be in charge of Power Week, which
Hmm.
back then just was 2 days, like a weekend.
Yeah.
And
With,
pretty
with
much,
with all competitions doing only a weekend,
yeah,
but you're
normally,
doing now
normally it's
a
just a
week.
week. Uh, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then she put me in contact with Francis.
Yeah.
And I think I had my first, I actually, it has to be 2018, the first time I was up there myself.
Yes.
Because 17, I was asked if I wanted to compete, but something came. I think there was some family vacation or something.
Hmm.
Um, so 2017 was the first time there were women up there doing Stones of Strength. So there
Okay.
was a
Yeah.
Swedish woman named Anna Harjepe and American woman Leifa Ingalls.
Okay. Yeah.
In 18, I had my first experience up there, which was absolutely amazing. I love Highland Games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and I love the spirit around Highland Games. I love how relaxed the athletes are.
Yeah.
No, I totally love it. I competed in Stones of Strength myself,
Mm-hmm.
which was terrible and fun.
Okay.
So in 2019, I think we extended. No, you know what? The first time I was there, it was in 17. Second time was 18. Then we had 3 days.
Yeah.
In 19, I was so after Power Week in 18, I was so filled of joy and happiness, and this could be amazing.
Yeah. Sure.
So I asked, should we include strongman?
Yeah.
And Anne-Grete and Francis were, yeah, why not? So we had strongman, and I think we had 5 days the first time. And then in 19, I was like, yeah, let's make a week out of this,
Yeah.
a full week with workshops and seminars and
Mm.
coaching clinics and everything.
I think it's the first uh, strongman Highland Games event for a full week,
Yeah.
and it's the only one.
Yeah. According to Francis, this is the only one.
Yeah.
Now we are not just a week, we are actually 10 days
Yeah.
because I'm
But
bad at counting.
is it hard to get the athletes to Norway?
It is hard to get Highland Games athletes to Norway.
Yeah.
Um, in a way, I can understand it because it is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to get those who compete in the World Championship up there or Pro Stones of Strength because they got parts of their travel covered and
Yeah.
they get their stay covered.
Yeah.
So I feel people almost fight to get in there. But for throwers to just come and hang there and throw in the Masters or whatever, that's
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
No, but Fefor, like Power Week is so much more than just the throwing and just the competitions. It
Yeah.
is it is like you are a group of people
Almost,
with pretty much the same interests.
almost a family.
Yeah, and you are like in a small area where you have to spend time with each other,
Yeah.
and it is so amazing to watch people how they come in there and they are. You see many of them come with their shoulders up here because people are stressed, life is hectic,
Yeah.
and all that. And you
Yeah.
can just see how people relax and how faces get softer.
Yeah.
It is, it makes me so happy to see how people they just relax, they ground, and
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. I think we have visited Norway. I think 20, 25 times. So
Oh,
I know that feeling.
yeah.
Yeah. It starts when you drive into Denmark and then Sweden and then Norway.
You live in the Netherlands, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Above in Friesland.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Because I love
I
your
am
part of Europe.
I am think in an hour, 8.5 hours. I'm in the north of Denmark, and then go by.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's talk about the your fever. Is it fever or
Fefor.
Fefor?
Yeah,
Okay, let's try Fefor.
yeah,
Your program. I've Mountain Madness.
yeah.
What's that?
That is a hybrid between Highland Games and Strongman.
Yeah,
Uh, that was actually, I think it was Philip Friedman, who from Germany,
yeah,
who gave me the idea because he had competed. He had competed in something similar,
yeah.
and he was like, "Why don't you do that?"
But what have you what do you have to do then?
No, you have to. I think this year I have. I can't remember if I posted the events yet. I don't think I have. I might have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It's just as I told you, there is a lot of things going on at the moment.
Yeah,
So my head is kind of full there. Uh, the events are
I hope it doesn't you give too much stress to organize
no.
a, w-
I
a
it
week
is
full of strength.
it is stressful to organize at the
Yeah,
same time as I enjoy it.
yeah.
And when I'm up there, I'm just relaxed.
But what is the biggest thing to do in organizing?
Uh,
Hoping that everything is going like you have in your head.
yeah, I have a vision of what I want it to be.
Yeah.
Um, and then there is always some drama going on between athletes and stuff
Oh yeah.
in front. So this year I have some quite serious drama that have been difficult to handle.
Okay.
But that was actually strongman. It wasn't Highland Games.
No. Okay.
um, but the most stressful part is actually getting the athletes to come.
Yeah.
Organize flights for those I have to organize flights for.
Hmm.
Um, answering all the emails and
Yeah.
all the messages.
Yeah. And I sent you some mails also in a part, and I thought I didn't get any answer because normally you expect an answer between as soon as possible.
Yeah,
But now I know how busy it is to organize something because I think I can imagine it. So I know you have to wait and wait, and things will come.
yeah. And this is also a bit on me because I have a tendency to see the email coming in,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking I will sit down tonight
Yeah,
and reply to this.
yeah.
And then I have kids, I have a husband, I have a family, and I have
A
training.
dog, a dog.
No, I have a cat. But I have my training, and
Yeah,
when night comes, it was like, what was I supposed to do? Oh,
yeah,
relax.
yeah, yeah.
No, but I need to go back to the Mountain Madness. There are log press for reps.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then there's stone put.
Yeah.
Then there is wheel of pain, which
Oh,
is, I don't know if you've seen the pictures.
yes,
Videos,
yes,
yes.
yeah,
And then there is weight for height,
yeah,
because strongman athletes are very bad at weight for height.
yeah. That is just the number I don't like.
And then there is a arm over arm event we call kadunk kadunk. You are just pulling wood logs up a hill.
Yeah.
And then there's power stairs. So that's this year's. And
Okay.
I have Highland Games athletes who have signed up for it. I
Yeah.
had Highland Games athletes doing it last year, and of course they were excellent in the Highland Games events,
Yeah.
and they really fought through the strongman events.
What is the start weight for uh the what was that? The front press?
No, the
The
long
log press.
press.
Log
Uh,
press.
I don't think we have set that yet. That is actually something I have to do today. No, we haven't the weights up yet.
Okay.
So that's actually, let's see if I remember to do this today.
Oh man. Yeah. And the trolls and titans.
That's strongman.
Okay.
Yeah. Last year, Bill Baxter, who is an American Highland Games
Yeah,
athlete,
I know him.
yeah, he did Trolls and Titans, and he did good. That is inspired by all the trolls you have around you there.
Yeah, I especially for you. I have many more, but
So this year we have, amongst others, we have truck pull in the, which is my favorite event of
okay,
them
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
I even went to the Netherlands or to Holland to do truck pull.
Where was that?
That was close to the German border. I can't remember.
I
There
think
is
in Groningen?
no. I
Near
have a friend. I have a friend who live in down there, and I will never be able to pronounce, even though I actually tried to learn Dutch
Okay,
quite a
yeah.
while.
We try to learn Norwegian, but I think you have to live there to remember all the right words.
Yeah, it's where I was. It's called Merkelbeek. I know I kill. It's
Yeah.
spelled Merkelbeek. It's
No,
south.
sorry.
It's a very, very small village
Yeah,
south.
yeah.
I have a friend who lived there, former Holland's or Netherlands strongest man several times, Alex Moonen.
Alex Monnen. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Then I have an idea. This I think it's in Limburg, in the
yeah,
south of the Netherlands. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
So I've
Okay.
been down there to pull trucks for a charity event.
Okay. You won it.
I was the only woman, so yes, I did.
Okay. In Friesland we have boat uh, pulling a boat, a
Yeah.
ship, a Frisian typical Frisian ship, scootje trekken, we call
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I compete in that. I think 7 or 8 times.
Okay.
And only in a masters group I did win it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But Friesland, isn't that the same area that Marcel, who from the SCL, comes from?
no, I
No.
don't think so.
Okay.
No, no, no. Johan Langhorst, he's
Yeah.
coming also from.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does.
yeah. So that yes, and then you have okay, you have the strong man, strong woman competition, but also the Highland Games,
Yeah.
masters and man and
All.
woman.
Yeah. All, and we have all the weight classes. If
Yeah,
if other athletes signs up who isn't masters, of course we have the other weight classes and age groups and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. And until what time they can come to join the event? What?
Um, I would say that we start July 4th this year.
Yeah,
So if I say 10 days before. No, a week before is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
for all
just,
the Highland Games athletes, if you want to join,
yeah.
just like me,
Yeah. Everybody can join the Highland Games.
come over to beautiful Norway.
Yes, come on to beautiful Norway and beautiful Vinstra.
And also, you can compete in the sieve toss. And I know, know most European Highland Games athletes have don't like the sieve toss.
And the only reason there is a sheaf toss competition
Yeah,
is because I saw it at the Arnolds
yeah,
and I wanted to try it.
yeah. Why not?
So I asked Francis, why don't we have sheaf toss? And he told me, as you said, Europeans don't like it.
Yeah. Then you
Okay,
have to do it.
yeah, then you have to do it. So
Yeah.
we add sheaf toss.
I like the event because uh, it's attractive to me. Also looking at the height they throw, that's amazing
Yeah, it is.
against the weight over bar.
Yeah, we had a couple of athletes last year who were just amazing. I
Yeah,
tried it
yeah,
and I liked the event. I liked the movement and everything.
yeah.
And I was super proud, like getting it 4 meters up.
But even in a sieve toss, there's a lot of technique in it to
Very
throw
much.
it over.
Yeah.
Uh, and then
So,
also the World Championship caber toss
yes, we have
uh, for masters and for every Island Games at
for
least.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
I'm
cool.
actually playing because I love sheaf toss.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
not sheaf toss, sorry, caber toss.
Caber toss.
Yes, I love caber toss. Um, and I've been playing with the idea of cutting down a few trees.
You have
And
enough. You have enough in Norway.
yes, and we have a forest just behind our house
Yeah.
where we can actually cut down trees.
Yeah.
Um, and I've been thinking about training for it and do it myself just for fun.
Yeah. But you have time to compete in that week also, or
Uh, I
are you too busy
competed.
with?
I competed 1 year
Yeah.
in 22. I competed in the strong woman,
Yeah.
and I don't think I will do that again.
That's too much.
It is a bit too much because my head is all over the place, like making sure that people are having a good time,
Hmm.
making sure that everything is in place. Um, there is just too much to do a full competition like the strongman and strongwoman are two
Yeah.
days,
Uh,
but an afternoon with caber toss, I think I will be able to do.
yeah. That's one event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm allowed, because just a month later, I'm going to Scotland to compete to do the Dinny Stones
Oh yeah.
and compete in the Jan Todd Games.
That's on my list too.
So I started train the Dinny Stones a few weeks ago, and it's difficult and it's fun. I like difficult.
Hmm. Did you have ever tried some kind of Dinny Stones in with the Arnolds? I believe they
No,
on the Arnolds.
no, I didn't. I was there. That was in 22, at least, when Chloe Brennan
Yeah.
set the record. I was over there helping Donna Moore that year.
Yeah.
But I haven't tried them. I've just lifted like the Cerberus replica handles with plates on.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting lift.
Yeah. Because I think also because of the history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be super cool to get the lift because I would be the oldest woman ever doing it.
Yeah.
So
Do you think you can do it?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It feels like that when I train now. I'm working up towards 65% of weight now,
Yeah.
and it still isn't super heavy.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how big is your team anyway for that
For
week?
for
Wait,
Power Week,
yeah.
um, that is different from year to year.
Mhm.
I always have the same base of people, like the same little group,
Yeah.
which is my husband, um, and two friends of us.
Yeah.
They are these three are always with us in competitions.
Okay.
So it's Egil, Stefan, and PG. They are also always with us in strongman competition. Like the four of us, we are kind of the middle. Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
find the English word for
I
it.
know. I know.
Um, this year I have a team of, I think we are 9 or 10 people.
Okay. Yeah. Include Jefferies and everything around it.
Yeah, but the Highland Games referees are outside of this,
Yeah.
because that is Francis' part
Yeah.
of the deal.
Francis is also coming.
Oh yeah, every year,
Yeah.
mispronouncing names every year.
Yeah. 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 So we have one woman, uh, Denise Veenstra
Yeah,
and Noël de Klipperaar coming from the Netherlands,
yeah, I know.
and Duncan de Bruin from Belgium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Okay. Cool. Hey, and different story. You're also foster parents,
Yep, we are.
so you make it yourself just more busier than
Yep,
busy.
yep. Uh, I'm by trade. I'm a journalist,
Yeah.
um, but since I was pregnant with our Eglen mine's daughter back in
Yeah.
2006,
Yeah.
she's born in May 2006. Um, since then, I wanted to be a foster parent because I saw an ad in the newspaper when I was 6 or 7 months pregnant,
Hmm.
very full of hormones and
Yeah.
everything. And that ad said that Ole, 6 months, need a family.
Okay.
And that hit me so hard that a baby needed to have a
Yeah.
foster family.
Yeah.
So that was the first time we talked with the Child Protective Services
Hmm.
about becoming foster parents.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't get that kid because
Okay.
I believe that to be prepared for having like twins, you need to go pregnant with both of them.
Yeah.
You need to be mentally prepared for it.
Yeah.
Uh, and we moved, we lived further up in Norway. I guess you've been there probably, Atlanterhavsveien, Atlantic Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we lived up there. My husband comes from there.
Okay.
So I lived up there for 8 years.
Yeah.
Um, and we moved from there in 2009. And we started to play with the idea again. Like foster kids, we have room, we have plenty of room in our hearts and
Hmm.
everything. So in 2012, we got our first two.
Okay.
3 days before Christmas, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. So they moved in the 21st.
Okay.
Siblings,
But are, those are children from Norway itself?
they are born in Norway, but
Mm.
with parents from the first two had parents from Sri Lanka.
Okay. Yeah.
And the girl who lives with us now has parents from Somalia,
Okay. Yeah.
but she's also born in Norway.
Okay.
And I don't know how the foster care system is in your part of Europe, but
Yeah.
in
Also.
Norway, when they move in foster care,
Yeah.
most of the time they stay there until they're grown up and move out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Eric and Maria, our two first. Eric moved out a bit over a year ago.
Okay.
He is he's 23 this year.
He's still living in Norway?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he still lives 10 minutes drive from us.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also sorry, he's number 5 in my crew.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
he's also a big part of the crew.
And he's competing?
He has competed once,
Okay.
and then it was to surprise me. He actually managed to train in our gym. We own the gym.
Yeah.
I'm here several times a day.
Okay.
And somehow he managed to train without me knowing that he was training.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and then I came down the Saturday the competition was, and there Eric was with his gym bag, packing out his belts and his knee sleeves and everything.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, what are you doing? I'm competing.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, my baby boy.
Wants to become the strongest man of Norway and
he,
maybe more.
he decided he wanted to be the world's strongest Tamil.
Okay. Well, why not?
Um,
That's a big goal.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so you must be very busy with that all.
there is a lot of work with foster kids,
Yeah.
um, but I haven't regretted ever. I
Yeah.
never regretted that
Yeah.
we made that decision.
No. Especially when you see it that advertise in a newspaper, a baby 6 months needed a home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when I see how amazing people our foster kids have turned out to be,
Hmm.
they are um, they are just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, when they came to us, they didn't have the odds on their side. Um, it wasn't sure that they would get a good life as adults,
Yeah.
but especially Eric and Maria, who have moved out, who now are 22 and 24 years old.
Yeah.
Uh, both of them have jobs with a
Okay.
really good income. Both of them are traveling the world like they wanted to.
Yeah.
Both of them are responsible and caring, good people.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that makes me so happy because
Yeah. You can be proud of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
um, I feel one of my reasons for being a foster parent is to stop the circle of violence.
Yeah.
Very often, foster kids come from violent homes,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and I know I've managed to stop that with the ones we have,
Yeah.
and that's good.
They must be really lucky. Is it lucky? Is it luck? I think with parents like you both.
They say they are very happy with ending up with us. Uh,
Yeah.
Maria, which is the oldest one, which is
Yeah.
24, she has tattooed the day she moved in with us here
Okay. Yeah.
in Roman number. I'm not very good at reading Roman numbers. So
Okay.
when she came home with a tattoo there, I was like, oh, cool, what is this? And she said, 21st of December 2012. So I was crying.
Mm.
So,
Did foster parents also come and visit you uh, and telling you how good you did it, and that you using you both to see what it's what it is, the world of foster parents?
no, I've done one interview once with I'm employed by the Salvation Army,
Hmm.
who do foster care, at least
Yeah.
in Norway. And I did an interview for them through their magazine,
Okay. Yeah.
where I talked about how it is to be a foster parent and
Yeah.
how I people are flipping tires out here again.
Okay.
Uh, no, we are lacking for foster parents in Norway. We need more foster parents
Yeah.
because there are a lot of kids who need a good foster home.
Yeah. Okay.
So if any Norwegians are listening to this, I
I think.
recommend being a foster parent.
Yeah. I think is it. I think it will be always going on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did you find some time for doing your own gym training?
That has been very important for me all the time. I won my first Norway Strongest Woman
Yeah.
the day before I signed the contract to be Erik and Maria's foster parent.
Okay.
And I've been very clear on that since we decided that I need to be allowed to go to the gym
Yeah.
at least 3 times a week. And we had done with the foster kids as we did with Vilja when she was little.
Hmm.
We brought them to the gym. They have been training and they have been helping out in the gym,
Yeah.
doing stuff like cleaning the toilets, like we do,
Yeah.
changing toilet paper.
Yeah.
So our foster kids feel as much at home in the gym as I do.
Yeah.
It's quite fun to see the two who moved out. When we have competitions in the gym, they always come.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't ask them, they just show up and like, do you need help? Of course we
Oh,
do. So,
that's
but
lovely.
for me, it's very important because as a foster parent, I don't have my afternoons and my night evenings off. I work 24/7.
Yeah.
Um, I have 48 hours without kids during the month. That's like my time off during a month.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, it's very important to be able to go down here and do my thing and just be Kikki for a
Hmm.
while. And I explained that to like my supervisor in Salvation Army. I've explained that keeps me sane
Yeah.
because there are there are tough things going on both with the kids and with biological parents. You need to handle kids' reactions on things going on with the parents.
Yeah.
So being able to come down here and empty my head for an hour or two, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a good husband who allows me to do it.
That must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I can imagine that is if you're going doing your own gym workouts, it's also clear a little bit of your mind.
yeah, it does.
Yeah. And compete in strong woman is well the same thing.
Yeah. We
And then
actually
you doing the Fefor Power Week, and then all the stress coming back.
no, it's not super stress actually with Power Week. There is times where there's
Yeah,
a lot to
but
do.
you want to do the best you can, and then
Yes.
you
I
hope
mean
to.
Power Week is my baby.
Yeah,
Uh, and I want everyone to love my baby.
Yeah.
But I actually got a comment the other day that one of the things one of the guys who come back to Power Week year after year loves about it is that it feels so personal.
Basic and personal.
Yeah, like the feedback I very often get is that we can see that you put your soul into this, Kiki,
Yeah.
that you want us to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I do. Every time, every year when I come to Fefor the day before everything starts,
Yeah.
the moment I get in there and the moment I've checked the arena, checked the equipment, the throwing equipment,
Yeah.
that everything is okay, and check that everything, all rooms are booked and everything is fine, I crash. I every time I'm sitting down in the sofa in the lobby and I just feel like I'm so tired.
Yes, of course.
So I have a glass of wine and I go to bed.
And
And
then,
then the next morning I'm ready for everything.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I have a lot of respect for what you're doing, absolutely, because I can I try to imagine how it is to organize that, and then you want to do everything perfect
Yeah.
for everyone. But I know also there's also some athletes who will complain about this and that.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think every athlete should go once to your event and try to understand how it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
something I think yes. It's even when you're a Highland Games athlete, you should once throw in Scotland itself to feel the atmosphere, and
Mhm.
that's all. I think that's also there in Norway.
Yeah. When I do the Disney Stones this year, I'm
Yeah.
actually doing it in a Highland game competition.
Okay. Yes.
And I love it because I will be able to experience Highland Games in Scotland.
Yeah.
And I can't say how much I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. It's also bigger than in Europe. You have
Yeah.
the cycling, the running, the dancing.
Mhm. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to everything of that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So I really would thank you for this interview and the way you speak about uh, your own competitions, your foster parent plans, and the way you started in strong woman competition. I only can say I have much more respect for you, and I hope Fever will continue for the 100 years or something.
yeah, I
'Cause
hope so too.
I have to compete there really.
Yep.
I have to showing up there.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Stop
Now
going
I
to the US.
sorry.
Stop going to the US.
Well, we I do two competitions in the US, but we are more focusing on uh, hang out as a tourist.
Yeah,
We want to see some things we want to see with our own eyes.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I'm competing in the US as well.
Yes, we've been in the east side and the west side, and last year in the middle. It's Chicago and Illinois, and
Yeah.
now we want to travel further, Memphis and Nashville, Dallas, and
Yeah.
those areas, and then I think we've seen it. Maybe in a few years later we go once again, but and we did the same thing with Norway.
Yeah.
We've been there in the winter, in May, and then in the summer. We visit a couple of times. Then we're gonna visit some other countries, and then going back to Norway. So
Sounds good.
yeah, and keep competing.
Yeah.
Yes. So Kiki, Thank you very much. And I will put a link here under for athletes who still thinking about coming. I hope they will do.
We still have room for lots of athletes.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.